வணக்கம், this is Heart to Heart with உங்கள் ஆர்பி. ஒரு dad and daughter பார்க்குக்கு போயிருந்தாங்க. அங்க ஒருத்தர் ஆப்பிள் செல் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாரு. பொண்ணு கேட்கவே அப்பாவும் 2 ஆப்பிள் வாங்கி கொடுத்தாரு. When the girl took a bite and started eating the apple, father asked his daughter if she could share the other apple with him. அந்த பொண்ணு உடனே சாப்பிடாத அந்த இன்னொரு ஆப்பிளை எடுத்து ஒரு கடி கடிச்சா. அப்பாக்கு கொஞ்சம் ஷாக். என்னடா நம்ம பொண்ணு கொஞ்சம் கிரீடியா இருக்காளே, 2 ஆப்பிளையும் அவளே சாப்பிடணும்னு நினைக்கிறாளேன்னு நினைச்சாரு. நெக்ஸ்ட் செகண்ட் அந்த பொண்ணு, அப்பா நீங்க இந்த ஆப்பிள் சாப்பிடுங்க, இதுதான் இன்னும் டேஸ்டியாவும் ஜூசியாவும் இருக்குன்னு சொன்னா. அப்பாக்கு தான் பொண்ணை நினைச்சு சந்தோஷப்படுறதா இல்ல தன்னோட இந்த ஜட்ஜ்மெண்டல் பிஹேவியரை நினைச்சு வருத்தப்படுறதான்னு தெரியாம நின்னாரு. We all would have heard people saying, don't be judgmental. But in the above instance, if a dad can judge his daughter's act so quickly, can we really be without judging others? Let's explore in this week's topic, judgmental, to be or not to be. By human nature, all of us are judgmental. There is no shame in accepting it. We are judgmental. Our judgments are formed at an early age by our parents, relatives, teachers, friends, and what we see in the society. There is no one in this world who can claim that they are completely non-judgmental. When we see someone on the road, we make judgments. When we see our co-passengers in bus or train, we make judgments. When we get a new son or daughter-in-law to the family, we judge them. When a new person joins our team at workplace, we judge them. It is innate and within us. Most of the times, we make snap judgments on surface information. When judging others, we use stereotypes based on our learnings and experiences. If we know someone who has a few good and positive traits, due to halo effect, we look at them more positively overall. Similarly, if a person has negative traits, then the overall opinion tends to be negative. But we should not let these judgments cloud our actions. A judgment, if we make one, should stay in the mind, and that should not determine our actions and decisions. We need to wait for a period of time to evaluate if our judgment is right or wrong. If the initial judgment we made is wrong, and if that judgment has played a role in our decision or action, then the mistake owing to this judgment can sometimes be irreparable. சில சமயத்துல நமக்கு சில பேர் மேல முதல்ல ஒரு நெகட்டிவ் ஒப்பீனியன் இருக்கும். அப்புறமா அவங்கள புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டு நம்ம பெஸ்ட் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸா கூட ஆகியிருப்போம். As fellow human beings, we have a responsibility to gather facts and spend time with the people before we make judgments on the character and the choices that they make. When you judge someone, someone is judging you. When you think you are good at making judgments, someone is thinking the same in making judgments about you. இன்னொரு முக்கியமான விஷயம் என்னன்னா, we must never inject our judgments onto others. நம்ம சுத்தி இருக்கிறவங்க கிட்ட, especially நம்ம பசங்க கிட்ட நம்ம ஜட்ஜ்மெண்ட்ஸை இன்ஜெக்ட் பண்ணினா அவங்க இன்ஃப்ளூயன்ஸ் ஆவாங்க. Yes, we are supposed to teach them what is right and what is bad, but don't influence them to form judgments that you hold. Okay, இப்போ ஒரு குட்டி ஸ்டோரிக்கு போலாம். A sage was walking by the seashore and sees a guy lying on a woman's lap with a liquor bottle by his side. The sage makes a judgment thinking that the guy is a bad guy who's got drunk in the morning and is lying on a woman's lap. The next instant, a person cries for help from the sea. The man lying on the woman's lap jumps into the sea and saves him. The sage gets intrigued and approaches the guy to understand why he had got drunk in the morning and why was he lying on the woman's lap. The guy responded to the sage, "Sir, I am back after many days of fishing in the sea, and this is my mother who has got me food and water in the liquor bottle because we don't have any other bottle at home. The weather is nice and I was so tired that I had the food and slept on my mother's lap." The sage felt so ashamed that he had made such a wrong judgment out of haste. Now, many times, all of us would have had such situations where we would have made judgments and then realized that we made wrong judgments because of haste. I am not going to ask you to be non-judgmental. That's impossible. Judge if you want to, but put that in a corner of your mind and approach the person with a clear mind and decide if your judgment is right or wrong over a period of time. To ensure your judgment doesn't cloud your action, I'm going to help you with a simple method. The acronym for this is CODE. C for consider. Always consider a person's background, upbringing, life status, and education. O for observe. Usually, the judgments are based on your first observation, right? But ensure that doesn't cloud you. Observe them over a period of time and then you can decide if your judgment is right or wrong. D for decide. Decide bases your C and O. If you have spent enough time observing a person and if you have considered all the factors, then decide. E for execute. Take your action. If your initial judgment was wrong, don't let your ego play here. Ensure you maintain your relationship with that person basis the revised judgment. This will only make you a better person. While you think and reflect on this, I'm signing off. This is Ungal RP Heart to Heart.